if you have questions for Ed, you can put it in the chat. Cobb, we'll let you go first anyway.
All right. Hey, Ed, man, good to talk to you. I think this might be the first time I've ever talked to you. Thanks for doing this. Michael Cobble here in Baton Rouge. Just if you would start about kind of tell us how you feel health-wise, and then how difficult was that watching that game go down with you on the sidelines, and how important do you feel it is to have you back to help complement this run game that's kind of been lacking?
Well, I'm feeling way healthier than I was 2 weeks ago. I'm glad. I'm kind of glad that the game was canceled. Gave me extra time to heal. And so, looking at the game, the Missouri game, just sitting on the sideline, not being able to get in, and watching them on the goal line not be able to punch it in, it kind of messed with me because I'm like, oh, if I was out there, I wish I could have did something to give the team an extra edge. But going into this next week, I mean, I'm excited and I'm pretty sure I'll be able to play and let's try to turn things around.
Hey Ed, this is Shay Dixon with 24/7 Sports. How would you describe both Max and TJ in terms of kind of their playing style and what they bring, when they're in on getting reps at practice?
They both are good quarterbacks. Max, he's a left-handed quarterback. That's kind of a new thing around here. But both of them have the perks. TJ's a bigger guy. Max has a strong arm. TJ has a strong arm. Both of them have speed. I mean, it's kind of hard to choose between both of them. So, I mean, they both are pretty good guys.
Hey, Brooks Cabina from The Advocate. I mean, you mentioned that Max is left-handed. Does that change protections up at all? I mean, do y'all have to switch between right, left? I don't know. Does that change anything?
It doesn't really change anything for us. I mean, Austin Deckles, he's happy as heck because he says he's gonna be the blind side now. So he's excited. In practice, so he likes Max a lot.
Hey Ed, I just was curious just kind of how you guys have gone about maybe attacking the run game and just trying to get that going a little bit more. It's been kind of an up and down battle for you guys for 3 weeks to really kind of get some consistency there. Has there been anything you guys have discovered the last week or two to try to really get that going?
I mean, we like to run Y zone on this team, so we're trying to develop a good scheme with the Y zone and try to make sure that we practice it more so we can get more in the rhythm and more idea in our spots and stuff like that going forward. So I mean, the Y zone is gonna be a pretty good play for us.
Hey, Ed, Bernie Miller with The Athletic. I mean, it seems like offensive line of all positions is one where continuity is really important and getting a gel down with the other guys. I guess, because it was so many new guys this year, 3 games in, where do you think you guys are at in that sense?
I think we have developed a pretty good chemistry now. I mean, the first game, as y'all saw, the whole team didn't gel together as a whole. I mean, the offensive line, I felt it personally that we wasn't gelling together. So 3 games in, I'm pretty sure I'm feeling very confident with the guys I'm with.
Yeah, what adjustments do you have to make as an offensive lineman when you've got multiple guys practicing at quarterback and you're not exactly sure who's going to start on Saturday?
It's not really any adjustments we can make other than kind of taking some of their responsibilities away. So we're going to be IDing the linebackers and stuff for ourselves instead of the quarterbacks IDing it for us. So, I mean, that's probably the biggest adjustment we're going to be making.
Hey Ed, got one more question for you. Miles has talked a lot about in the past just how close he is with you guys as a unit and as a whole. I mean, have you been able to talk to him in the last week and just kind of gauge just kind of how he's feeling and just kind of how much he's itching to get back out there and play this weekend?
I mean, I've talked to him a lot. Miles is a guy that, he loves to play. He's a good guy. But first things first, you got to get your body right because at the end of the day, we need him. If he chooses to come back next year, we're going to need him next year. He can possibly lead us to a better season than this season right now.
Hey Ed, this is Shay again with 24/7. I know you got to get back in some action last year, but how does it feel to be a starter again? And I know you missed a game, but what did you work on kind of this offseason knowing that you're back in a starting role and kind of where you wanted to clean up your game?
I worked a lot on like pass protection. That was one of my biggest problems coming back onto the team was pass protection because I had to get back into my rhythm and learn the techniques and stuff like that. But being more technical in what I do and trying to calm myself down in the actual game to make everything slower, that's probably been like one of the biggest things for me.
And this is such a weird year, outside of football, but you are just one of the few guys that are back from last year's team. We were talking with Zach von Rosenberg earlier about, just the drop off. There's a lot of guys that didn't get to see what you all did last year on this team that are having to perform right now. You're one of the few guys that are back. Is that tangible? I mean, is that something that doesn't get replaced overnight? You guys have to, tell them the standard, and then you have to show them the standard. I mean, is that real?
I mean, it's real, but I tell them all the time, like, we are not the same team. We have to realize that the team that was here last year, all the coaches, a lot of the coaches that was a part of that and a lot of players that was a part of that team are gone. We have to build our own DNA this year. So at the end of the day, that was in the past. We have to make room for the future.
Wrap up with Brooks.
Hey, kind of a defensive question here. I mean, we spoke to Jabril earlier. What do you see from him on the opposite side of the ball? Is he, I don't know, I'm just curious from whenever you guys go up against ones, what you see from him.
Jabril's a dominant player. I mean, I remember one time in one of our scrimmages, I was going out on the screen and he didn't see me, I didn't see him, but he was trying to tackle the running back and he ended up hitting me. So for 1 second, I was looking at the sideline. The next second, I was looking up at the sky. So he's a good player. I'll just tell you that.
Did you get him back later?
Oh, yeah, I got him back before. Oh, yeah, I got him back.
Thank you, Ed. Appreciate your time.
No problem. Thank y'all.